We did glycolysis. In this step, there's 2 ATP molecules getting used up, and that's why it's called the energy requirement phase. You start out with a glucose molecule gained from sugar that you eat. And in hexokinase, ATP is transferred to ADP because the phosphate group is being taken out and added to the glucose molecule. And Jake will do the rest.
And over here, this phosphoglucoisomer converts the glucose 6-phosphate to fructose 6-phosphate. And then from here, we add another ATP, which takes out another phosphate group. So now we have 2 phosphate groups. And then fructose 1,6 biphosphate. That's the 2 phosphate groups we have. And then from there it goes into a process called aldolase, where it splits the carbon chain. So we have a 3-carbon chain over here with a phosphate, and then another 3-carbon chain over here with another phosphate.
The next phase is the energy releasing phase. In this phase, there's a net gain of 2. It starts out with the two compounds, the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and the dihydroxyetone 3-phosphate. And it just happens twice, exactly the same, as the 2 different ones. We'll just talk about this one, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Through the triose phosphate dehydrogenase, an ATP is split. Well, it switches from NAD to NADH, and when that happens, a phosphate group is taken out of ATP to ADP, which adds another phosphate group to the glyceraldehyde. 1,3-biophosphoglycerate donates one of its phosphate groups to ADP, making a molecule ATP and turning into 3-phosphoglycerate into the process. 3-phosphoglycerate is converted into its isomer 2-phosphoglycerate, right here. 2-phosphoglycerate loses a molecule of water, becoming phosphoenolpyruvate, or PEP. PEP is an unstable molecule poisoned to lose its phosphate group into the final step of glycolysis. And then in PEP, which was the phosphoenolpyruvate, readily donates its phosphate group to the ADP, making a second molecule of ATP. As it loses a phosphate, PEP is converted to pyruvate and in the end process of glycolysis. And this is what it ends up being. This is pyruvate right here. And at the end, there's a net gain of 2 ATP.